E-handelsbolaget Boozt har rapporterat lite högre vinst för tredje kvartalet samtidigt som man uppdaterar årets prognoser. Och med oss för att prata mer om kvartalet så har jag med mig bolagets vd Hermann Haraldsson. Welcome to EFN, Hermann. Glad you could join us today.
Thank you.
The numbers were released yesterday evening instead of this morning. What was the reason behind that?
The reason was that we did a margin upgraded our EBIT margin from 4.5 to 5% to 5 to 6%. So when you do that, you have to release it immediately. This is why we came out last night.
Can you also start by sharing some of the key highlights of the quarter?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that we are back to growth. Even though it's a modest growth, we are back to growth, which is positive, we believe. Our profitability is strong. I think we demonstrated that we are in very good control of the costs. So an increased EBIT margin compared to last year, which is also why we upgraded our margins expectations. We generated a lot of cash, almost 300 million in cash compared to a negative free cash flow last year. So kind of all in all, except from the growth, which I believe was on the low side, it's been quite a decent quarter.
Yeah, and as you say, you're not happy with the growth numbers, yet you're increasing guidance. So if you could put some color on that, please.
Yeah, I know we are actually kind of narrowing the growth guidance down from 0.6% to 0 to 3%. So that's kind of the midpoint is lowered from 3 to 1.5%. So that's a negative, but the positive thing is that we're increasing the margin guidance. So I think that is just a demonstration that we are in a very good control. So even though it's been a difficult year growth-wise, profitability is on par with last year, and which we think is quite positive also because we regard this as kind of a transition year. We are clearing inventory. We are moving our headquarters to Copenhagen. So all in all, if things go as we expect, it will be a decent year.
Yeah, and the net revenues, they were up by 3%, but it seems to be up due to currency tailwind. Maybe you could elaborate on that one, please.
Yeah, we have the nominal growth is only 1%. So in constant currency, it's 3%. So the Swedish krona, we are reporting in Swedish krona, but only around 30% of our revenue is in Swedish krona. So when the Swedish krona appreciates, we suffer, and we've done that. So we have actually a headwind on the currency. So in constant currency, it's a 3% growth, which is okay, but not great if you ask, because our mentality is that we are a growth company and we want to continue to grow.
And at the same time, the gross margins are down whilst the operating margin is up. What is the main reason behind that?
The gross margin is down because we have been clearing inventory. We had too much inventory going into 25. Also, we expected higher growth in 25, so we bought in for more growth. So to avoid having a stock problem, which basically translates into a write-down later, we've been clearing stock during the year, and we've done that successfully, which is also why our free cash flow is high. But at the same time, because we have made very good investments in our infrastructure, driving a better operational performance. So I think that kind of this demonstrates that we are in really good control of our costs and just ready to capture the growth when it comes back.
And the operative expenses and the higher focus on costs improved profitability in the quarter. But what measures have contributed positively to the numbers?
The two main things are, one is, of course, our investment in the warehouse infrastructure. We have invested even more in automation last year, and we see a payoff now in the quarter. And we also we laid off some staff in the beginning of the year because we could see that technology could do a part of the job. And I think that combination of the warehouse improvements or investments and operational improvements basically give us higher margin. Of course, also we have done slight savings on marketing costs, but that's always been in the plan that our marketing costs over time should come down. So I think all in all, operations are on a really, really good track. Now we're just waiting for the growth to come back at a higher scale.
And how has the ongoing work developed with the inventories and clearances?
Inventory is we call it we are right sized with inventory. So I think that the inventory is close to being perfect. If anything, we are actually trying to get hold of more what we call campaign stock, so that we can give even better offer to the customers over the next 3 to 6 months. But the inventory position is good, which is also kind of why we generate so much cash in the quarter and expect to also have a free cash flow of above 500 million SEK for the full year, which is also why we've said that we are going to increase our share buyback from 300 million to 450 million. So kind of all the financial KPIs are looking good if you look at that way. So as I said, the only thing where I'm kind of slightly disappointed is that I would like to grow a bit more.
I would like to go back to the geographical breakdown for Boozt.com because I see Denmark is the only country that is actually growing year on year, while Sweden and the rest of Europe came in lower. On the other hand, all countries came in lower versus last quarter on Boozt.com, and it seems lower quarter on quarter and year on year. Could you put some color on the development within the regions?
So yeah, we are kind of trying to or making sure that Boozt.com is becoming more premium. So I think that the distinction between the two shops has not been very clear. So we are kind of moving Boozt.com towards a even more premium position, and Booztlet as kind of the outlet channel. Booztlet over the last 12 months has been a big clearing channel for us because of the inventory. And so as they have not been clearing as much in the quarter as before, then they're kind of the sales have been down. So I think it's kind of a picture of that we're focusing more on Boozt.com at the moment and elevating that customer experience and the profile of Boozt. But in general, I have to say that we are looking at the group numbers and sometimes circumstances benefit Booztlet, and sometimes it's advancing Boozt.com. So we're more focused on the group revenue, which is trending a bit more positive.
And at the same time, I've noticed that your assortment still includes toys and now also PlayStation products, which are known for being low-margin products, and some might be concerned about the potential impact on your overall profitability. And how do you view those risks and opportunities, and could you also share the strategic thinking behind moving in that direction?
Yeah, but our kids category is really good, and it's growing, and we are probably becoming one of the biggest kids stores in the region. PlayStation is very good, and we've seen quite a very, very good development in sales of PlayStation since we launched it. Marginally, yes, it's on the low end, but the good thing about us is our shop is that people tend to put more than one item into the basket. So as long as they put some other items in the basket, and again the price per point of PlayStation is high. So all in all, it's actually a good business for us. So it fits into our strategy of becoming the biggest kids category in the Nordics, and PlayStation fits very well into that, just like Lego does as well.
Yeah, but it might still hurt margins since it's a very low margin business. I'm just not clear on where you are with that move. But
no, it will only do with margin. Again, the overall the absolute profitability on the basket would be good. So I'm not concerned about that.
And now you are in a stronger cash position, and you also increased your current buyback program, as you mentioned. And is that where you should put your focus, since you work hard, or on your cost control and you're running a tight ship? So
we have always been focusing on running a tight ship. Now we are running really tight ship. So now we can focus on capturing the growth when the growth comes back.
Perfect. Thank you, Hermann, and have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.